Hello, YouTube. It's me, John Avenger, once again, and welcome back to another review. This is a review of a Fathom event I went to of a film that I've never seen before, and it is called Star Raiders: The Adventures of Saber Raine. Yes, it's a real film. There it is. There's a poster. Yeah, this film is so bad it's good, man. I'm gonna say that right now. I enjoyed this more than The Force Awakens, Rogue One, and a lot of other movies because it entertained me in the stupidest way possible by seeing the three guys from Mystery Science Theater rip this movie and just laughing their asses off. Yeah, because this movie is so laughable, but it's fun. It's so bad it's good. It's a 2017 science fiction film. This is movies from the past 100 years. I'm still doing this series. It stars Casper Van Dien. You may know him from Starship Troopers. You have Cynthia Rothrock, but she's in a cameo basically near the end, and a bunch of unknown actors. You got James Liu, Britt Laree, Sarah N. Salazar, and Sarah Sansoni. Yeah, it's mostly an unknown cast. Directed by Mark Steven Grove. And this film, yeah, like this movie reminded me of the Sci-Fi Channel movies I've watched for the past 10, 15 years, and it's so laughable, but it's charming. Like it has a charm to it. The guys were basically ripping apart the plot. This is the plot in a synopsis, short synopsis. A prince and princess are abducted from their planet. That does that sound familiar? Saber Raine, a soldier of fortune, is hired to bring them back. Does that sound familiar? Along with three others, he embarks on the mission. They end up on a planet in the depths of space, which is run by an evil overlord called Sinjin. That's the name of the character that was in Victorious. Having been freed from centuries of containment in a cryogenic prison, winkety wink wink, Sinjin is now teaming up with beings called the Quintari, who have caused havoc throughout the galaxy. Sinjin has a plan of revenge against his betrayers, descendants, and he has a powerful weapon. Again, does that sound familiar? Yeah. But it's not a ripoff of Star Wars. There's a lot of things about it that are thing. They don't have lightsabers here. The villain Sinjin has like a hoodie and a mask, and his head glows red. He looks like a giant pimple or an STD or something like that. The costumes are nice in the film. I mean, they're very cheap. I mean, these aliens have like half of a sunglass covering their eye and the other's missing. But again, this movie didn't have $100 million budget. You can definitely tell by the effects and the CG and the rest of the locations. But it has a charm to it. What Rogue One bored me to death, guys. I saw that movie and I was bored. The characters sucked. They were flat. There was no humor. I was dying inside, and all the fan service felt forced. Here, well, it's a film that, yeah, it's dumb, but it knows what it is. That's the kind of films that I like to watch. And these guys at Mystery Science Theater, you had Mike Nelson, Bill Corbett, and the always great Kevin Murphy ripping the movie. The jokes in it just cracked me up. Their reactions, the audience laughing at the effects, that was fun to watch. Them seeing the fight scenes and saying, adding some humor to it. They made scenes that were not supposed to be funny, which those guys know what they're doing because they made me laugh for years on MST3K and Cinematic Titanic, etc. Lots of talent, that they brought to this movie, and yeah, it's dumb. It's only 83 minutes long. It's not 2 hours and 10 minutes. It's not 2.5 hours. And if you want to see something that's better than Dark Phoenix and it's dumb, this is definitely a recommendation because unlike Apocalypse and freaking First Class and the recent Dark Phoenix that I don't want to watch, this film is short. It doesn't have to rush through a plot. It doesn't have to rush through plot points and has bad CG in a big budget movie. This is not a big budget movie at all. And like I said, it knows what it is. It's dumb, but so were the Sharknado movies, and I love those mostly. And the film, yeah, there are problems, and oh boy, a lot of problems. Some of the acting is okay from Casper Van Dien. Some of it is really like cheesy, laughable, like Power Rangers level acting with the American version. but it still has a charm to it. Also, there's a British chick in the movie that's like plays a lizard. The makeup is really well done, but she sounds like the robot from Solo. Remember the robot from Solo, that L3 freaking SJW robot? Yeah, that's what she sounds like, and it's kind of annoying. I'm not gonna say it's the worst thing ever because people are like, oh, you're racist. You're always gonna say that. I'm like, no, just it sounded weird. You're not going to recognize anybody in this movie except for Cynthia Rothrock and Casper Van Dien if you've seen their films in the 90s and the early 2000s. But the film, yeah, like I said, it's just it's dumb, but it's a lot of entertainment value for me. The ships are CG. The some of the there's some makeup effects that are pretty good. The film is short. It's fast paced. I was never bored. It has a sense of humor to it. I'm sorry, I'm doing this really late, and I got to see this for $12. So this is a better experience than I had in a lot of movies, sci-fi movies I saw over the past 10 years. And yeah, it's not a good movie. I'm not gonna say, oh god, no, but it's so bad, it's good. It's not a movie that pissed me off like some bad movies where I felt like I wasted my time that were like 2 hours and I'll never get them back. But here, it worked because it's my kind of movie. It says Raiders. This is not. It's not Raiders of the Lost Ark. It's called Star Raiders: The Adventures of Saber Lane or Rain, not Lane, Rain. But yeah, if you've never seen this movie, I think they have it online. And if you can see this in the Fathom event, I think they're still giving it. Um, you watch it in the theater because you're going to get some laughs. You'll get some chuckles out of the Mystery Science Theater guys. Those guys are just so funny, man, and it entertained me. Yeah, the next one is on the 11th. That's what's today? I think today is the 9th. So yeah, in 2 days they're gonna give the encore of it. So if you live near a theater where they have Rifftrax live Fathom events, go see it. It's worth a watch because it's just hilarious. Like they rip on movies, and it's just some of the funniest things I've ever seen. And the movie's dumb, but like I said, this is like a sci-fi channel movie they put in theaters, but it's my kind of cheese. And yeah, it's not the worst thing ever. And I really like that poster of the movie because I'm like, yeah, they don't make posters like that anymore. Some posters are very generic and look horrible, but this one was pretty good, and I like that the fact that the movie did not take itself seriously. There's a picture of the actors in it. Yeah, I hope I don't get a copyright infringement for the pictures, but no one's ever heard of this movie. But yeah, it's just a lot of humor, a lot of dumb fight scenes, and it's sci-fi, so it's my favorite genre. So even when it's dumb, sometimes it makes me laugh. And the film's worth a watch. For a good laugh, it's worth a watch. Don't expect Star Wars. Don't expect Star Trek. Don't expect Guardians of the Galaxy. This is like if Guardians of the Galaxy and Solo had a low budget and uh, less, less freaking studio interference. But anyway, yeah, the movie is a lot of fun, and I had a great time in the theater. It counts for this because I never seen this movie, I never reviewed it, and I would recommend seeing it in the theater. June 11th. If you live near a theater that shows it, it's worth your time. It's very funny, and I like that the end credits when the guys left, they showed a guy with a Tom Servo toy. They show people signing the posters and merchandise from this movie. Yeah, this movie is probably going to get a cult following in 10 years. It's dumb, but like I said, it's not a 3.7. Oh God, no! This movie did not hurt watching it. I sat through Rogue One, guys. I That made me mad. I was bored. I sat through Sucker Punch. I sat through freaking some of the Star Trek movies from the 80s and 90s. I've been through worse. And this is not one of the worst movies I've ever seen, not even close. It's so bad it's a good experience. I had a great time in the theater. Those guys from MC3K just they made me laugh my ass off, and they add a lot of gravitas to films that usually would be unwatchable any other way, but it's still watchable. But anyway, thanks guys for watching. I hope you see this video and share with your friends on Facebook and YouTube and Twitter, and spread the word. This movies like this should be seen at least once. But thanks for watching. Take care. And hopefully I'll see you in the next one better rested. So, gotta go to sleep. See you next time.